Good morning, genies. So, thank you, Paya, for the video idea. We're going to talk about, come on, we're going to talk about the present moment today, the generous present moment. And how to do it. I want to know how you guys think about the present moment and what do you do? What do you do when you're distracted, you're stressed, you're feeling guilty, you're feeling negative, somebody made you angry, your wife is cranky, and you gave an interview and nothing happened. And then on the flip side, some of you guys in the middle of meditation, you became the room, you were feeling the energies in the room, and all of a sudden you felt like you were a square giant person, and you became the room. Some of you guys have been randomly just falling in love with life. You just want to scream off the top of the roof. Some of you guys feel like your cup is so full that you want, that you want to just simply share it. You know, when I say I love you in the middle of the video or at the end, I mean it from the bottom of my heart, because it's just, I don't know how to keep the happiness and love in me. It just pours out. And thank goodness I'm talking to so many of you guys that it helps me to share and share and share. So back to present moment. Let's think of it in a couple different ways, but the first obvious one is it happens as a consequence of you doing the work. If your meditations become really good and you're this in awe of life after the meditation, one of the things that'll happen is that you'll be so in awe of life, you'll be so in love with life, and you're going to feel so much love for no reason that you'll just stare into the abyss. You'll stare at the wall, you'll stare at the plants, and you'll be thinking of nothing, but you'll just be feeling it. And you'll just be full of this amazement of, wow. And when that happens, you begin to be more and more present. I, most of the day, have nothing crossing my mind. My brain stays empty quite a bit. And when things do pop up during that, is usually when I am thinking of something to do for you guys. I am thinking of something, a question or a comment that I've read, and then the answer comes to me. I'm like, yes. And then I'll jump on and reply to you, send you an email, call you, text you, put it on the Telegram group, or keep it for my Q&As, for my meditation. So I'm going to begin to use team ups for my meditation so that you will just have access to my team up calendar, and it will just get updated all the time. So I don't have to, it'll reduce the work for me of sending out individual ones where I can just throw everything on the calendar and then you'll just have access to it. So that's what I'm going to do. If some of you guys that are meditating with me and you're not on the Telegram group and you want to be, I apologize that I might have skipped and forgotten. So just remind me again and I'll add you to the Telegram group. But only if I have spoken to you. I have to at least speak to you once before I add you to the Telegram group, because that group is so amazing. There's about 27, 28 people in there. And I want that bubble to stay pure, full of love and motivation and encouragement. And so one of the things you can do during the day to remain present in the moment is to always focus on who you are pretending to be. Who are you being in the moment? Are you being the miserable you, the one in lack, or are you pretending to be the future you? And this is all a game, right? You're trying to figure out what this game is like, right? So imagine you've never played PlayStation. It's called a PlayStation, right? It used to be called a PlayStation. I don't know if now it's called PS4 or 5 or something. Doesn't matter. A gaming thing, console. and you've never played it, so you're practicing different buttons, right? And you're trying to see what happens when I do X or Y, and joystick is I'm moving to the right and left too fast. How do I make it smooth? So you're always fine-tuning the process of playing with these energies. And that's what I want you to play with. You can pretend that you are the future you, the one that is healed, the one that is abundant, the one that is kind, the one that is patient, the one that never judges, the one that never doesn't even know how to be angry anymore because you're such a Zen master. And then that person is now you, and that person came back to the past to live in the present moment here, that is still in lack and a little sick, but he knows what that looks like because he came back from there to save you and to take you there. How? By raising your frequency. How? To make you the new genetic model of matching him in that sense. So when you become genetically like him, when you biologically like him, chemically like him, electromagnetically like him, then you become him. Everything will then happen to you. I was talking to one of the persons in my, I don't want to say his name, he's a little shy, camera shy, but he was very amazed that he made pretty good money in the middle of it, an abundance meditation, mind you. A client reached out to him, and the next day he was very happy. So synchronicities happen all the time, guys. And just like that, healings occur. Just like that, promotions happen. And I did a meditation, abundance meditation. There was literally a company that wrote me a check the next day when I checked mail. There was a check. There was money in it. In my mail, there was money. And I'm just looking at the check, and of course, so much went through me. I sat on the floor a little bit, and tears came out. I was just so in love with life. I was shocked. But even though I know I made that happen, I made wave collapse into particle. But it's just so much fun when you do it, and it happens, and there's no doubt in your soul and your higher self that makes sure that you know that you made that happen from that one moment. So the more you, because everything happens within the present moment, everything is available. The future you is available right now in the present moment as a wave. And the more you try to be like him, pretend to be like her, the more you are collapsing that wave into particle. And because your attention is going away from the you that you want to now gently bless and send it back to the quantum so you can experience something new, the new version of you, when your attention is here and not here, let's say, then this particle will begin to turn into wave, goes back in as the possibility within the quantum, and this version collapses into the particle of you. And it happens initially genetically, biologically, chemically, with your new thoughts, with your new level of awareness, with your new attentions into directions that are going. And you can't do that. You can't do any of these things unless you're in the present moment. So the more excited you become, the more passionate you become about this process, the more you just begin to accidentally not go unconscious again. So when someone makes you angry, you're like, man, that pissed me off. I wish I was good enough to be angry. Since I'm not, I'm just going to have to let it go and feel the opposite, unfortunately. Okay. I'm going to close my eyes and raise my energy. And you just begin to play with everything in your life. You begin to play with all kinds of emotions and energies. Right? You stub your thumb somewhere. You hurt yourself. Ow! And it makes you angry because someone else's fault. It was someone else's fault. Or you get yourself angry because it was your fault and you can't believe you were so dumb that you hurt yourself. And it makes you angry. Have you ever had pain that actually made you angry at you? Imagine you doing that and you're like, ah! And you want to say the F word and the other word and the B word and the A word. And you're like, I wish I was good enough to do that. Ow, this hurts. I wish I was good enough to be angry. I'm not. And guess what happens? When you begin to play with those kinds of energies, the way that pain would have normally affected you doesn't affect you anymore. And that literally converts into different chemical formations of your body. The way it heals you, the way you look at pain from an observer effect of just observing the pain versus F this and B that and A this. No, no. You are shortening the refractory period of all of your emotions, all of the negativities, everything that you feel. I really should get gloves before I go to gym, guys. My hands are getting all ripped. Anyway, pretend to be the future you. Always have that blank space in your mind when you're in awe of life and in love with life. Talk to people that are on the same journey as you. And yes, talk to people that are on the same journey. Talk to them all the time. I talk to advanced meditators all the time. Advanced meditators are calling me all the time. I was just talking to Priyanka this morning. I called her last night about something. She went to retreat with me. She's an advanced meditator. I talk to Lucy all the time. You know, and Paya is becoming an advanced meditator. She knows a lot of this stuff. So, and when you discuss these things over and over again, what you begin to see is your discussions of these topics is always just a little flavored different. There's always a little bit of extra pizzazz to it. There's a little difference to it every time you discuss it. And what you begin to realize is that you are fine tuning, you are evolving very slowly. But that happens a lot more when you're in your thinking box. And what is the thinking box? When you're discussing it on camera, in the comments, in the emails, with the people that you're talking to, with my Q&As, and the people that I talk to normally from Australia and, um, Madagascar, Chile. What is that other country in starts with M? Forgot. It was a country name I didn't even know existed. But and then of course there's every continent, Kenya, and now a lot of in Japan and some Asian countries. I'm going to have different meditations on Saturdays and Sundays so that I can cover all areas of the planet. So I can take away your excuses, and you can join us, connect with me, raise the energy with me, and let's see what happens. Okay. So when you, so talk to people that are on this journey. It's very important to have your tribe. I have a tribe on YouTube. I have a tribe that I talk to on the phone who have my personal phone number. There's a tribe that does Q&A with me after the meditations, and we're all growing together. And when the more you do that, the more you just can't allow yourself to become unconscious again. You just can't afford to. You're not good enough to be anywhere else but the present moment. You're just not good enough. So you're going to have to settle for being in the present moment, unfortunately. How lucky. We all chose to be here in this beautiful game of life. And we're going to be here and we're going to be sick. We're going to be miserable and broke. Not cool. Let's change it. I want this tribe to begin to change the world. That is my mission. And I'm going to charge you for it. And my payment is your full commitment from your soul towards this mission, towards this work. And we're going to start to make it happen. I have big plans for you guys, especially for my inner circle. We're going to, as soon as they pop, as soon as you guys start having mystical experiences, we're going to begin to do our healing coherences. We're going to begin to heal people. That's when the true magic happens, not only to you, but the people that are sick. We're going to fix things. We're going to evolve together, okay? Full commitment. No skipping days. Do you know, I've realized if I meditate for 3 to 4 hours a day, at least, what happens is that I sleep for 4 hours less. All of a sudden, if I sleep for 4 to 5 hours, I just wake up fresh. So when you do those meditations, you do get that time back from your sleep. Think of it as you will take 4 hours from your sleep, and instead for those 4 hours, you will allow your body to go to sleep, but your brain is going to be active and you're going to be meditating. And it actually gives you a lot more energy than if you were simply sleeping for 8 hours or 9 hours. I know some of you are sleeping for 9 hours. You get good at meditations, and you will not know how to sleep more than 5 hours. You wouldn't know how to do that. You'll just be awake after 5 hours of sleep. You'll be laying in bed and you just don't want to go to sleep. You will get so excited about meditations because you're getting visions now. You're hearing voices. You're going places. You're having out-of-body experiences. You are creating, and it's happening so fast. Synchronicities are happening. I healed myself. I had eczema. Gone. After my COVID vaccine, I got this allergy of something in my lungs that I had to take allergy medication every day. Otherwise, I could hear my lungs and I would be coughing and I couldn't finish a sentence. Ever since I popped, ever since my first mystical experience, I haven't taken any medication. It's been weeks. Eczema, gone. Lung issues, gone. I had chronic pain in my elbow. I couldn't work out. It was very painful to work out. One mystical experience, gone. All three gone. When I tell you guys that if you're healing, your intention should only be the mystical experience. Because you have one of those, everything just takes care of itself. And then you can go and focus on abundance and everything else. Anyway, that is what I wanted to talk to you about in the middle of my workout. That's when I get all my ideas. I don't know why when I'm on a push-up marathon, I get all my ideas. All right, guys, I love you. Stay focused.